Transparency obligations have just come into force just over a week ago. And already there are interesting developments, uh, unique technical approaches, and lots of questions. If you've been going around the internet in the last few days, you may have seen these three icons or badges starting to appear in various places. They're called just AI generated, and AI modified. And so they are the proposed voluntary labels that the EU Commission has released so that providers of content can mark whether something has been entirely AI generated or it's been modified by AI.
First and foremost, Article 50 sits squarely outside Chapter 3 of the AI Act. That means Article 50 is applicable regardless of the relative risk rating associated with the system you're placing on the market. That means if you're placing a system on the market, you don't get to escape the obligations set forth in these seven short paragraphs associated with Article 50. If you're delivering a product to the EU, then you are bound to the transparency requirements set forth in Article 50. We've really got a couple of groupings of obligations. We've got two obligations set forth directly for providers of systems, two obligations set forth directly for deployers, and then you'll see the connective tissue. Because I will say there are four criteria, and I had to write these down so that I could remember them. Four criteria for this. That is, watermarking has to be effective, interoperable, robust, and reliable. That is hard to strip, it works across systems, resists tampering, and is applied consistently every single time.
Can they ignore it?
No, I'm absolutely not. I think just like GDPR, it's going to be very difficult on the open web unless you just, have a small company in Nebraska and you're just selling to your neighbors or something. You're not going to escape this.
So I think really having an understanding and mapping out touch points becomes job number one for most organizations.
I think the biggest problem is, do you know where AI is being used? And do you know where it gets exposed to other people, other stakeholders, external company? And that's the biggest thing. So inventory has to be done. And then from that inventory, ideally separate from transparency obligations or whatever, there has to be like a risk triage. Then there's the low-hanging fruit obligations, which are we need to let people, is it obvious that it's AI? Just put it on. That's what I would do anyway. I guess closing thoughts for me is, read the code of practice. I think the code of practice has already been kind of blessed by the European Commission, and and so take a look at it, take it seriously. It's got a, just don't put the badge on there and leave it. There's a lot more that they're expecting you to do in terms of making sure that that's robust. And so just don't sleep on that, because it will be important increasingly as they start investigating things.